A word that comes to mind when you hear the word service is customer service, right?
Right.
It's a very popular one. A server in a restaurant is serving you. And we tend to think of service as somebody doing something for people. And we serve different things. We serve people with products and services that they need. We serve people with our time and our talent and our resources. But I think of service in the context of purpose.
Okay.
I think we are all on this earth to serve a purpose, and our purpose is supposed to make situations better than we found them, make other people's lives better. And so as I go about life and I think of the word service, it's about how are you making things better? How are you fulfilling the need for others?
So we've heard of the phrase servant leadership. So if it's in service and we're mixing leadership to it, how does service play? Because as a leader, are you actually supposed to be serving?
Good point. A lot of leadership has to do with service.
Right.
It often gets misconstrued as leadership is about position and authority and being at the top. But I tend to think of leadership as a combination of two things: service and accountability. Right? Because if you're a leader, you're supposed to serve a purpose. You're supposed to serve a people. You're supposed to serve a need. And so when you think of service as to how it connects to leadership, and the fact that you're not just occupying space, but you're serving a people, serving a need, you think in that vein of how am I solving problems, how am I having people do things, how am I enabling things. And then the other part about service, the other part that goes with service in terms of how I think about leadership, and to your point, servant leadership, is accountability.
Right.
Because a leader who is not accountable to the people he or she is supposed to serve often is not a very effective leader, because they're not accountable to the people, not to themselves, so they do whatever they want. And so service, servant leadership, I think of them as branches of the same tree.
Right.
It comes back to why are you here doing what you're doing, but then ultimately, if you're going to be a leader, you have to serve people and you have to be accountable to the people you serve and also to yourself.
Yeah, I like the way you framed it, because for me, the role as a leader does not come to anyone unless they're serving to start with. And it is through the service you're giving to somebody, or through the excellence of your service, that gives you the recognition into the role as a leader. So once you become a leader, you were serving before you became a leader, and you just got to continue doing the same thing again because of what you're doing.
There's a slogan of an organization. It may be the Presbyterian Church or some institution, I don't remember, but it says called to serve. And that's a simple statement, but I think it's loaded with a lot of responsibility, accountability, purpose, in the sense that if we live our lives like we are called to serve, the way we look at the world and the way we do the things we do will be informed by service and purpose.
Yes, and I agree with that.